The sedan was named around 1912 after 17th-century enclosed sedan chairs. Its classic three-box layout separated the engine, cabin and trunk, establishing a timeless design seen in modern family cars like the Toyota Camry. The coupe was derived from the French word for cut, referencing 19th-century shortened carriages. Automakers adopted the term for sleek two-door performance cars, creating a sporting lineage led by icons like the Porsche 911 Coupe. The four-door coupe was coined in 1962 with the Rover P5, but gained modern prominence when Mercedes-Benz launched the CLS in 2004. This design blends traditional sedan space with the sloping, aggressive roofline of a coupe. The hatchback was popularized in the 1960s as automakers sought practical urban space. Merging the cabin and cargo hold behind a top-hinged rear door, this versatile design reached global popularity with the Volkswagen Golf. The liftback was designated in the 1970s by Toyota to describe a hatch opening with a shallow roof angle. Merging smooth fastback styling with wide trunk access, this practical layout lives on in models like the Audi A7 Sportback. The fastback was introduced as an automotive styling term in the 1930s to describe a single sloping roof curve. Built to improve high-speed aerodynamics, this sleek shape is best represented by the 1967 Ford Mustang Fastback. The station wagon was created in the 1920s to carry passengers and luggage to train depots. Extending the roofline over a full-length rear cargo area, it created an enduring practical layout continued by the Volvo V60. The shooting brake was originally an 1890s British horse wagon built to haul hunting gear. Evolving into a sleek two-door sports wagon, this exclusive layout lives on through high-performance models like the Ferrari FF. The hardtop was introduced in the late 1940s to mimic convertibles using pillarless side windows. Peaking during 1950s American styling trends, this open window design is famously showcased on the 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air hardtop. The limousine was named after traditional cloaks worn in the French region of Limousin. Originating in 1902 as chauffeur-driven transport, this extended luxury layout became famous through models like the Lincoln Town Car Stretch. The convertible was established in the 1920s as fully enclosed cars grew, differentiating open-roof models. Deriving from French cabriolet carriages, this open-air design is showcased today by the BMW 4 Series convertible. The Roadster was designated in the early 20th century for lightweight open-top two-seaters built without side windows. Focused entirely on raw driving engagement, this pure layout is best exemplified by the Mazda MX-5 Miata. The Targa was trademarked by Porsche in 1965, named after the Targa Florio endurance race. Designed to satisfy strict rollover safety regulations, this unique semi-open setup remains famous on the Porsche 911 Targa. The pickup truck was coined in the 1910s when buyers attached factory wooden beds to chassis. Evolving into essential workhorses with an open cargo box, this durable utility layout is dominated by the Ford F-150. The Coupe utility was created in 1934 by Ford Australia after a farmer requested a car for farm work. Combining a coupe passenger cab with an integrated flatbed, this design spawned icons like the Chevrolet El Camino. The SUV was popularized as a marketing term in the late 1980s, stemming from four-wheel drive wagons. Blending truck capability with family utility, this rugged platform sparked a global trend led by the Jeep Grand Cherokee. The coupe SUV was pioneered in 2007 when BMW introduced the X6, creating a new crossover subclass. Combining an elevated ride height and four-wheel drive with a sloping roofline, it prioritizes style over rear space. The crossover was introduced in the late 1990s as automakers shifted SUVs onto lighter passenger car platforms. Offering SUV style with car-like efficiency, this formula became a global bestseller in the Toyota RAV4. The off-roader was developed in the 1930s and 1940s for heavy military operations over harsh terrain. Engineered with rugged four-wheel drive and high ground clearance, this class built a legacy with the Toyota Land Cruiser. The Jeep-style utility vehicle was established during World War II with Willys MB light military trucks. Defined by flat body panels, exposed door hinges, and high utility, this open-air tradition lives on in the Jeep Wrangler. The van was named in the mid-19th century as a shortening of caravan, originally meaning covered wagon. Evolving into boxy commercial haulers focused on interior volume, this functional format is led by the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. The minivan was created in 1983 when Chrysler introduced the Dodge Caravan on a car platform. Engineered for family transport with low steps and sliding doors, this spacious layout remains key to the Honda Odyssey. The MPV was popularized across European and Asian markets in the 1980s as a flexible passenger mover. Using high roofs and modular seats to maximize interior cabin space, this format was pioneered by the Renault S-Space. The microvan was developed in Japan to fulfill strict commercial size limits for small businesses. Offering boxy cargo space on a minimal footprint, this nimble urban hauler is showcased by the Daihatsu Hijet. The city car was designated in Europe during the late 20th century for ultra-compact urban runabouts. Engineered for tight parallel parking and high maneuverability, this nimble class is typified by the Fiat 500. The subcompact car was defined by North American classification systems in the 1970s for small vehicles. Positioned above micro models to deliver cheap fuel-efficient travel, this segment saw success in the Ford Fiesta. The compact car was established in the 1960s to describe standardized small family vehicles. Balancing passenger comfort with efficient powertrains, this formula made the Toyota Corolla the best-selling car in history. The microcar was introduced in Europe during post-war material shortages for cheap mobility. Featuring tiny engines under 700 cubic centimeters and minimal frames, this ultra-small class produced the record-holding P50. The K-car was legislated by Japanese authorities in 1949 to boost post-war vehicle ownership. Restricted by strict physical dimension caps and 660 cubic centimeters engines, this unique domestic class is led by the Honda N-Box. The bubble car was nicknamed in the 1950s due to its distinct rounded canopy and egg-like shape. Built as affordable microcars with front-opening doors, this unique style was made famous by the BMW Isetta. The quadricycle was established under European regulatory frameworks to categorize micro-urban vehicles. Subject to reduced speed limits and lower licensing rules, this minimal mobility class includes the Citroën Ami. The sports car was coined in 1920s Britain to describe light road cars built for motorsport competition. Prioritizing sharp handling and driver feedback over comfort, this philosophy drives models like the Chevrolet Corvette. The hot hatch was popularized in 1980s automotive journalism for upgraded, high-output hatchbacks. Combining everyday practical utility with turbocharged engine performance, this benchmark is set by the Honda Civic Type R. The pony car was coined in 1964 by automotive writer Dennis Shattuck following the launch of the Ford Mustang. Defined as affordable coupes with long hoods and short decks, the Mustang remains its iconic namesake. The muscle car was popularized in 1960s America for mid-size rear-wheel drive cars with high-output V8s. Built primarily for raw dragstrip acceleration, this high-horsepower era lives on in the Dodge Challenger SRT Demon. The Grand Tourer was named after the traditional Grand Tour journeys undertaken across Europe. Combining sports car performance with comfortable long-distance cruising, this refined style defines the Aston Martin DB12. The supercar was used in 1920s press reviews, but modern standards were set by the 1966 Lamborghini Miura. Featuring mid-engine exotic setups and high power, this elite performance tier includes the Ferrari 296 GTB. The Hypercar was coined in the late 1990s to distinguish top-tier exotic cars surpassing standard supercar limits. Pushing extreme aerodynamics and top speeds, the economy car was introduced during early 20th century mass production to offer entry-level motoring. Built around low initial cost and minimal fuel consumption, this budget segment is represented by the Nissan Versa. The midsize car was categorized in the 1970s for family cars positioned between compacts and full-size models. Offering balanced cabin space and everyday usability, this popular segment includes the Honda Accord. The full-size car was defined during 20th century American manufacturing for large passenger sedans. Engineered with wide wheelbases for maximum interior legroom, this classic format is embodied by the Chevrolet Impala. The executive car was categorized in Britain during the 1960s for upscale business-class sedans. Positioned above standard family cars with premium comfort features, this segment is anchored by the BMW 5 Series. The luxury car was established in early automotive history as custom coach builders crafted premium chassis. Prioritizing maximum refinement, prestige, and smoothness, this flagship tier is defined by the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. The electric vehicle was created in the 1830s, predating gas engines before modern batteries revived it. Operating solely on rechargeable batteries driving electric motors, this zero-emission class is led by the Tesla Model 3. The hybrid vehicle was pioneered in 1899 by Ferdinand Porsche, combining electric and combustion power. Modern mass production took off in 1997, where high-efficiency tech was brought mainstream by the Toyota Prius. The plug-in hybrid was developed in the late 2000s to bridge pure electric range and gas engine flexibility, equipping larger battery packs rechargeable via wall outlets. This dual power setup was pioneered by the Chevrolet Volt. The fuel cell electric vehicle was developed using mid-20th century space technology to generate onboard electricity. Reacting compressed hydrogen gas with oxygen, this zero-emission tech powers models like the Toyota Mirai,